Good morning students. Welcome back to online classes. Today we are going to discuss about the simple harmonic motions related problems. In last classes I have explained you whatever we had seen in that classes previous slides. We have discussed what is simple harmonic motion. It is an oscillatory motions. So in that what is the displacement, what is the velocity, what is the accelerations. So I am taking the displacement in the when I talk about that displacement topic, we are declaring some places in negative signs because in some places, some positions, we are taking that displacement in the negative directions. Okay, so that negative signs indicate because you know that. So this is origin means this is positive direction, this is negative direction. In simple harmonic motion also you know that. So this is the mean point. If it is a mean point means it is a positive direction and it is a negative directions. Okay, so when I'm talking about that oscillations, if it is moves on the negative directions means the displacement positions can be taken as a negative directions. Is it okay? Therefore, from that I have derived the velocity. What is called velocity? Because when I found the distance divided by time taken. What is the formula? Distance divided by time taken. What is that? Velocity. So when I am differentiating that displacement, we get the velocity. No, you don't go for that geometrical purpose. Just in a mathematical purpose also you can easily derive it. Because see here, A, what is that? Cos omega t plus pi. When I am differentiating the cos omega t means sin omega t. That is minus sin omega t plus pi. With respect to t, again I am differentiating, you get the omega. Can you got it? You don't go for that geometrical purpose. It is oscillators, it is projectile. What is the velocity is when it is along the parallel perpendicular. No need to bother about it. In simple manner also you can calculate this. Here, see what is that accelerations of velocity divided by time taken. Well, acceleration is equal to velocity divided by time taken. So, when I am differentiating this velocity with respect to time, what is the value I got it again? See, this is a constant of omega A sin omega t plus pi. So, when I am differentiating sin time means what is that term? Cos. That is cos omega t plus pi. With respect to t, again I am differentiating, I got 1 omega. Already there is 1 omega. So, omega into omega, omega square. So, this is the way of writing that what is the distance, what is the velocity, what is the acceleration of the simple harmonic motions. Can you understand students? Yes. So, from that we are going to derive some problems. Okay. Take your book, page number 358. Now, I will read the questions. See here, 14.4. Which of the following functions of time represents the simple harmonic, periodic but not simple harmonic and non-periodic motions, and give period for each of the case of the simple periodic motions and take this omega and take this omega is a positive quantity, that is positive constant. Okay, see in that the first sum what they are given is 1 is sin omega t minus cos omega t, sin omega t minus cos omega t. This is the problem they are given. See here, so for that purpose just I am multiplying by square root of 2, multiplying and divided by square root of 2 on both sides. So when I am multiplying and dividing by square root of on both sides, what is the answers I got it? Square root of 2 into 1 divided by square root of 2 sin omega t minus square root of 2 into 1 divided by square root of 2 cos omega t. So just you are multiplying and dividing by square root of 2 on both sides. Then what I am doing here, taking the square root of 2 is common term. So I am taking the common term is outside. So what I am getting inside here, 1 by square root of 2 sin omega t minus 1 by root 2 cos omega t. You know that 1 by 2 sin root of 1 by root 2 of sin. So what is that? See, you know that 1 by root 2 value is given for the sine. In the 10th standard itself, you know that now on tabular column we are declaring. So see here, sine, cos, tan, 0, pi by 2, pi by 4, pi 180. So you are declaring some values for the trigonometric functions now. So in that 1 by root 2 which is given for sine pi by 4. That is also be equal to cos pi by 4. Is it? Yes. So what I am writing here, so when I am taking sine 1 by root 2 means it is sine pi by 4. This sine pi by 2 is equal to cos pi by 4. Therefore, I am taking this cos pi by 4 sin omega t. Can you got it students? Once again I explain you 1 by root of sine. So 1 by root of sine omega t means that how I can represent here. 1 by root value is given for sine pi by 4. That sine pi by 4 is equal to cos pi by 4. So I am taking this 1 by root 2 and putting this value cos pi by 4. Therefore this term is cos A sin B. Similarly minus, I am removing that 1 by 2. So 1 by root 2 cos is equal cos pi by 4. So which is equal to sin pi by 4. So I am taking this 1 by root 2 and putting this sin pi by 4. So what I am writing in that equation, see here, this is the equation, square root of 2 cos pi by 4. So instead of 1 by root 2 sin, I am writing the cos pi by 4. Again that term sin omega 2. Okay, sin omega 2 minus. See here, this is the cos pi by 4 which is equal to sin pi by 4. Why I am matching this value? Instead of cos I am writing sin. Instead of sin I am writing cos. Why I am equating these equations means this is in the order. See here, what is the general formula? Sin A minus B which is equal to cos A sin B minus sin A cos B. So this is the order now. So in need to write this order, I am matching these equations. Okay. So for that purpose only I am writing this way. So cos pi by 4 sin omega t minus sin pi by 4 cos omega t. Therefore square root of 2 into sin omega t minus pi by 4. Because it is in the order of the formula, trigonometric function formula. What is the trigonometric function formula? Sin A minus B. Therefore, sin omega t minus pi by 4. Sin omega t minus pi by 4. So, you can take this square root of 2 as the a. The square root of 2 term can be taken as the a. That is sin omega t plus pi. Where I am writing here, see this is the term of the displacements now. See here, this is the x term. If it is in a y term means how will you write this equation? A sin omega t plus pi. See, when I comparing this equation, the same order I am got it now. Instead of a, square root of 2, that is sine term, that is omega term, that's phase angle. This phase angle may be vary, maybe positive or maybe negative. But is it in the order of the velocities? It is the order of the displacement of the simple harmonic motion. So this term is the simple harmonic motion. So this equations is represented here simple harmonic motions. Can you understand, students? Last term I am getting the answer. Now I am comparing these equations with the general displacement. What is the general displacement of the simple harmonic motion? This is the formula when I am writing in this y of t. Okay, y of t. This is the displacement formula of the simple harmonic motions. Ca sin omega t plus phi. So this is in the same order. So this equation is a simple harmonic motions. So you can easily say that a side chair. Can you understand? The next topic is the force law in simple harmonic motions. See, what is the force law in simple harmonic motion? Because we have discussed about that velocity, acceleration and displacement in simple harmonic motion. See here, now here the particle is moving. Is it right? Yes. It's moving to and fro motion. This is the mean position and this is the extreme position. This extreme position is taken as the positive and this extreme position is taken as the negative manner. Is it right? Yes. So when the particle is moving means it compulsory executing a forces. So according to the Newton's second law, what is the Newton's second law? The force law, that is F is equal to ma. Therefore the force is changes with respect to time. Therefore here the force is a time dependent term. Here the force is a time dependent term. That force is called as the restoring force. That force is called as the restoring force. You know that what is the force law? F is equal to ma. What I am considering here, the force is a restoring force. So what are the characteristics of restoring force? It is a time dependent term. Okay. So these are terms we are going to see in the next session, next board. Okay. See f of t which is equal to ma. So what is the accelerations? I have discussed in the last slide. A is equal to minus omega square x of t. A is equal to, A means acceleration which is equal to minus omega square into x of t. So I am substituting that acceleration term is equal to minus omega square x of t. Can you understand now what is this term? In last classes I have discussed now what is the acceleration? Minus omega square into a cos omega t plus pi. So that a cos omega t plus pi, that term can be taken as the x of t. Is it? So this is the acceleration term. So I am replacing this acceleration term and substituting these values, that is minus omega square x of t. Okay. Therefore, what is this term I am getting here? See here this term minus. So don't take the minus, m omega square. See here that m omega square term that can be taken as a k, where k is a constant, force constant, where k is a force constant. So I am taking that f of t is equal to minus, see here this minus, instead of m omega square I am taking the k x of t. So this is called as the restoring force. F of t is called as the restoring force, and this is called as the force constant, and this is the displacement along the x-axis with the vary with respect to time in a simple harmonic motions. Can you understand, ma? This is very important formula we can use forever. Okay, because last term the displacement, acceleration, velocity term, it should be used at the end of the session or in the oscillations. So these terms it should be kept in your mind. Like that, the force term also be kept in your mind. Okay, so f of t is equal to minus k, where k is a force constant and x of t is a displacement. X of t is a displacement, that it is along the x-axis with respect to time. Yes, sir. Therefore, what is the omega? See here, k is equal to m into omega square. So, omega square is the angular velocity. What is the omega term? Angular velocity. If it is a v means linear velocity. But here you are considering the simple harmonic motion and oscillatory motion. So in a rotational manner, we can declare that the velocity is the omega square. Where omega is nothing, that is the velocities. Okay, and m is the mass. Okay, and k is a force constant. K is a force constant. So I am taking that omega is equal to square root of k divided by m. Omega is equal to square root of k divided by m. So here f is called as the restoring force. So what is called restoring force? What are the characteristics required for that restoring force? These are not going to discuss the next. Okay. So first of all, you have to know what is the force law in simple harmonic motion. According to the Newton's law, the force law can be taken as the f of t is equal to m into a. Instead of acceleration, I am writing that omega square x of t. So that I am taking this acceleration is equal to omega square x of t. So when I am substituting these value and taken m omega square is equal to force constant k. So this is the restoring force of the simple harmonic motions. From that omega, the angular velocity can be written as the square root of the force constant divided by the mass. Okay. See here, this the force constant is in the term of the single, that is x term, only x term. So it is called as the linear simple harmonic motion. See here, this force can be represented in form of the according to the variable of the 1. So this is called as the linear simple harmonic motion. This is called as the linear simple harmonic motion. So instead of the x, if it is x square, x cube is there, means that it is called as the non-linear oscillators. Can you understand, students? I got that f of t is equal to minus k into x of t. So the displacements can be represented in form of the linear manner. So with respect to power is the 1. So when it is represented in the power term 1 means that it is called as the linear simple harmonic motions. Similarly, if it is in the order of x square, x cube, if it is like that means these all can be represented by the non-linear oscillators. These can be represented by the non-linear oscillators. Can you understand, ma? Yes. Next. So I am telling now what I told now, that f of t is a restoring force. So what is called restoring force? What are the characteristics of restoring force? These are you are going to discuss above. See here, what is the restoring force? See here, this is the mean positions. So when I am touching the object, it goes into the extreme position in the positive direction. Then it comes back to the mean position and then it forward to the extreme negative direction. So the displacement, what the displacement is taken here in the negative manner. Okay, see here. So that I am writing here. See, so the f is directly proportional to x. Is it right? Yes. When I am touching that object, when I am moving that, when I am disturbing the object, what happened? It goes displacement to and fro. So that force is directly proportional to displacement. That is matter here. So that force is directly proportional to displacement. In order to removing the proportional term, I am introducing one constant term, that is called k, minus k. Why I am taking that minus k means, see here the extreme position goes on the negative directions. So that the force, and also if you are touching that force means the displacement happens in the opposite directions. That is a very important. Why I am denoting negative means, if I am applying the force means the displacement is happening in the opposite directions. So I am touching the force here, but the object moves on the Next, opposite direction. So that force, this already I told now, force is directly proportional to displacement. So in order to remove that directly proportional, I am changing that minus k into x. So where k is nothing, that it is called as the force constant. So here it is proportional to displacement. So the restoring force. So first point, the restoring force is always proportional to displacement, and that displacement is always be in the opposite direction. So I am writing that f of t is equal to minus k into x, where k is a constant, force constant. Okay, and see here the opposite to the direction of the displacement. That means when I am applying the force means the displacement happening in the opposite directions. And then third point, what is that? It is a time dependent term. Third term is a time dependent, because already I said now the force term is dependent with respect to time, that is f of t. Okay, so this is the time dependent term, and it is also be represented in terms of the displacement. X of t is equal to cos omega t plus pi into a. X of t is equal to cos omega t plus pi into a, where a is the radius and cos omega t plus pi, this is the displacement along the x-axis. So from that, simply have to say, when a particle executing simple harmonic motion, it is subjected to force, so which is proportional to displacement, and it is directed towards the mean positions. So according to the mean position, the displacement always be happening in the opposite directions only, so that the restoring forces is directly proportional to the displacement, but it is in the opposite direction, and that directly proportional is removed, and you are putting one constant term, that it is called as the force constant. So this is the force law in simple harmonic motions. Can you understand, ma? First, what is called simple harmonic motion? What is restoring forces? What are the characteristics of restoring forces? And then, if the restoring force is in the order of power 1 means it is a linear simple harmonic motion. If it is in the order of x square, x cube, means that it is called as the non-linear oscillators. So from that, what I am telling here, the particle executing simple harmonic motion means that force is directly proportional to the displacement in the opposite directions. Is it understood? The next topic is the energy in a simple harmonic motions. So we have already discussed about what is the force. So when you are find out that the force means, next step is you are going to find out the energy. See, so what is the energy? See, in a simple harmonic motion, how the particle is moving. See here, this is the mean position. The particle is moving on extreme position to somewhere. So why I am declaring E means extreme positions along the positive direction. Similarly, it goes on the extreme position and the negative direction. So what is that? So here the velocity is varied. So when the velocity varies, accordingly it varies the kinetic energy. If it is the kinetic energy changes means the potential energy also term will changes. So when I talk about that mechanical energy, what is called mechanical energy? It has both the potential energy and kinetic energy. So what is that kinetic energy term? Half mv square. So when a velocity changes means the kinetic energy terms also be changes. Can you understand, ma? What is the kinetic energy formula? mv square. So which is equal to kinetic energy. So when the velocity term varies means accordingly the kinetic energy term also be changed. Is it? Yes. So what is that? So how the velocity terms can be changed here? See here, when I talk about the kinetic energy term means, see here, the velocity is maximum in mean position. You know that at extreme position, at infinity, the velocity is equal to 0. Yes, you know that at height infinity. So I have discussed this topic in gravitational. At gravitational, you are discussing that when at height h is equal to infinity, the velocity v time is equal to 0. So these are the we are discussed in the gravitational unit, that is volume 1. Okay, see here. So if it is in the mean positions means the velocity is maximum here. So if it goes on extreme position, so when height is on be increased, when height goes on infinity means what is that velocity term? V is equal to 0. See here, when V is equal to 0, 0 into anything 0. Therefore the kinetic energy term is of 0. So that I am writing here the kinetic energy is equal to 0. Can you understand now? See here. Similarly, in the negative directions, extreme position, the velocity term at height h is equal to infinity, the velocity v term is equal to 0. So when I am substituting v is equal to 0 means what is the full term? 0. Therefore, the kinetic energy term is also be equal to 0. Therefore, the kinetic energy is maximum in at only at the extreme mean at the mean position only. Therefore, the kinetic energy is maximum only at the mean positions. Can you understand, ma? Yes. Next. So, what is the potential energy? By virtue of its positions or configuration. The definition of the potential is by virtue of its positions or configuration. So when height is to be increased, see if I am projecting some particle means at height, when h is increased means that the potential energy is maximum. You know that the potential. This topic I am discussing about in a projectile motion. Kinematics motions we are studying now. At that situations I have explained here. So when I projected some object means when it is goes to the extreme position, her potential energy is maximum. So when height is increased means the potential energy term is maximum. So at the extreme position the potential energy term is maximum. So what is that when it is a mean position? The potential energy is 0. Similarly, at the extreme position in the negative direction, the potential energy is again maximum. So these and all the energies, when I am talking about that mechanical energy, it possesses both the potential and kinetic energy. I am simply for your understanding concept, I explaining that where the kinetic energy is maximum, where the potential is maximum according to their definitions. So when I am talking about the kinetic energy means when the velocity is maximum means you can say that kinetic energy is maximum. But when I am taking that potential energy term, their extreme position at h is equal to that extreme position. When h is the maximum means that the potential energy is also be a maximum because according to the definition by virtue of its positions or configurations. So these and all we are discussing general term in the energy in simple harmonic motions. Okay. So from that what I am telling here, the velocity varies. When the velocity is varies with kinetic energy, it changes accordingly the potential energy term also. See here, when velocity changes means you can simply say when velocity term is changes means the kinetic energy is also be changes because you know that the mechanical energy term is equal to potential energy plus kinetic energy. Potential energy plus kinetic energy. Okay. So when the kinetic energy term velocity changes means the kinetic energy also be changes. So next step, in order to find the energy in simple harmonic motions, you have to find out first what is the potential energy. Then again, what is the kinetic energy? Okay. Then I am adding all those two equations. I am getting the total energy. I am getting the total energy of the simple harmonic motions. So before that, in order to know where the kinetic energy is maximum, where the potential energy is maximum. So that's why I am explained here. Can you understand, ma? Okay. So next system, what we have to do? You have to find the potential energy formula. You have to find kinetic energy formula. Then you add it. And then you find out the total energy of the simple harmonic motions. Okay. So when the particle executing the simple harmonic motion has both kinetic energy as well as the potential energy. So the particle executing the simple harmonic motion. See, I am explaining here now. When the particle executing a simple harmonic motion, it has both kinetic energy as well as the potential energy. And the kinetic energy as well as the potential energy varies between the limits. What is the limit here? See, 0 to maximum. And here 0 to maximum. So if you are taking the limit means you know that now in integrate, when you are integrate means how will you get that? It is the initial limit. It is the initial limit and this is the final limit. So what is the initial point? What is the final point? That is the limit. So here the limit started from 0 to maximum. Again 0 to maximum. So the limit varies here is the 0 to maximum for both kinetic energy as well as the potential energies. Okay. So now we have discussed about the what is the general energy term in a simple harmonic motion. In next class we are going to find out step by step. So what is the kinetic energy formula? What is the potential energy? And then I am adding these two equations and getting the total energy for the simple harmonic motions. Okay. So if you have any doubt means you can ask me, students. Thank you for this class.